So, Ophelia, tell me how your story began, because you're a music artist, but you've been in fashion. Like, there's just so much to this beautiful, wonderful person that's in front of me right now.
Thank you. I am from Denver, Colorado, and I really genuinely did the melodramatic, like, I'm taking this suitcase to New York City. I didn't really know what I was going to do, but I've always been in music my whole life, so I immediately found those veins to start recording and hanging out with other musicians.
In regards to your fashion sense, just like your music, there's this sort of element of old school, mid-50s, sort of R&B with the more hillbilly rock. Mm-hmm. So tell me about your fashion and how that sort of plays a big role in the influences of music you've had.
Sure, definitely into rockabilly, definitely mid-century. I've got my bang and everything. Yeah, I think I have gone from ultra Betty, big curls and full skirts and stuff, to kind of toning it to a little more dark. But I still stick to vintage. I think it's akin to my vocal styling. It's my voice sounds like that era, so it definitely makes sense to draw from the fashion from there.
I love Betty Page, so anything like that, 100% behind it.
Of course, she's amazing. Yeah, I actually have a video from coming soon from my album. We did some bondage stuff and yeah, so it's cool.
And tell me about your teeth. Your teeth are amazing.
Thank you. I mean, someone makes these teeth for me, and I started wearing them, once in a while, just kind of seeing what I could get away with. I mean, at first people are kind of taken aback by them, but I eventually was just whatever, I really feel cool and in my element with them.
Well, let's go on to your music. Again, like you said, it's hillbilly rock, but it has this sort of urban R&B beat to it, this hip hop beat. You've said in the past that your influences are people like Adele, Future. That's completely,
opposite.
Yeah. So tell me about that.
I think jazz is a huge influence for my vocal stylings, and as far as what I enjoy, that bounce, that fun turn up music, that's really what I like as well. Mm-hmm. So it is completely opposite ends of the spectrum, but I just really was let me just try to meld them and see what comes out, see what shakes out, and I also think a lot of rap can be really emotional. I think Future's definitely one of my biggest inspirations, and he, I think, is one of the first emotional type of rappers that really delves into his feelings. And and I think that thanks to him and some other rappers, it's easier for people to take that over really hard bouncy fun beats and stuff like that. So it's just a marriage of the two.
So Adele, Amy Winehouse, who obviously had their influences from the mid 50s as well and earlier. So, how do they play a role?
I mean, they play a role because I just think that they're dope. I mean, Adele and Amy Winehouse, it's sometimes people are yeah, you sound like them, and it's just oh my God, it's such a compliment, it's really it's amazing to be compared even. But I think I also draw from probably some of the same singers that they did. Billie Holiday is one of my hugest inspirations. And I also for being able to sing blues music. I call my music blues because not necessarily it's oh, you hear it and you think blues right away, but just my lyrics, I'm really delving into a lot of emotional situations, a lot of breakups. And Billie Holiday was she could put out 100, 200 records just about a man this piece of crap that just hurt her, and you would hear all of them and you would just love them, or I did, and people did. So
wait, so do you come from a musical background? Have you had any musical training? How did this journey specifically begin?
So I am a classical musician by trade. Yeah, I grew up, my whole life was devoted to clarinet and piano, and that was all I did, and my mom was super religious, and we grew up in church and I always used to sing. But I never, to be honest, I never was like, yeah, when I grow up, I'm going to be a star. Like, I'm going to be a singer. It was never like that. But like, I have like a really deep love of music. It's like one of the only things that means like a lot to me in life. So
I feel like Amy Winehouse was amazing as a singer because she really gave her all and what was in her heart, and she just brought it to stage how she was feeling. Adele has the same effect, and so do a lot of people in the past. You know, I feel like any kind of artist that really brings forward their emotions, it's huge. Tell me some of the stories that allowed you to go into that deep and dark place to write this music.
I think like a lot of what I talk about on the record is like heartbreak. You know, I've been with some people. I mean, you don't need to look too far. You could really just listen to the album, but it's, you know, like a lot of being used or just in this like very 21st, like 22nd century dating life, which is really just like you talk to someone, you deal with each other for a while. It's never like a relationship or a thing, and then you kind of just like part ways, and it's just like everyone's kind of floating. But me personally, I'm like a very feeling person. Like I still believe in like all those things. Like I'm a hopeless romantic, but I think I've like run into people who aren't, and I've like, you know, given a lot, and then it ends up with a song.
Right now, in this, we're living in an era where women are taking over. You have Cardi B, who's freaking amazing, and you have, you know, Trina, who led the way back in the day, and then you have Nicki Minaj, who, you know, again, really putting it out there and not caring, being fierce with it.
Yeah, I think I look up to like them that you just mentioned, as well as like especially Nicki, but then I think like there's also coming like a certain character that's more like, yeah, this is going on, and I'm not necessarily like the toughest, or like I'm not necessarily like, yeah, right back at you. It's more like, all right, this is happening, and like it hurts, you know. And that's like kind of like what my music is. It's just putting that out there, kind of.
I feel like Ashanti did that back in the day for me. Like my breakup music was Ashanti.
Oh, that's funny. I used to love Ashanti too. I mean, I grew up listening to like a lot of rock and roll. Like I said, I'm from Denver. That's like a huge like rock town. But yeah, I used to listen to emo music.
You went through that whole like dark stage with the black lips and
bang like this, like covering one eye. I had like chains on my pants, so I just like didn't care, you know. We were all living in the suburbs. I don't know what was so wrong, but yeah, I mean, definitely like I draw from like a lot of like painful music, and I just have always used like music as like an outlet, and it's cool, you know, it really works. And I think music is the best when it's believable, like when people are like, oh, I think that she went through that, or I think you went through that, you know.
So what about happiness? Like, what about happy music? Do you think you'll ever get to that point, or are you just in that point of your life where you're like, actually, I want to be a little bit miserable. I want to make people cry a little bit.
Yeah, actually, one of my really close friends came to the studio recently, and he was just like, oh, is there any light in you? And it was funny. It's just like, I don't know. I mean, right now, I've definitely made like happy songs or like happy music or whatever, and I like some of them, but like right now I think like I'm putting forth like that darkness. And I think like even I have other music that I've recorded that's kind of like happier, more like vibrant, but I think even when that starts to come out or whatever I make in the future, it'll still always be me, you know. This character is like a little darker, just like the word moody, you know, like is a little bit better. So still like there's some happiness around coming soon. Not on this album too much though.
So tell us, what is the album? Because we know the song is Money, but what is the album called and when is it out?
The album is called Dead End, and it's actually out now.
Money, 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 money. Until my pocket's heavy. I don't have time. God knows I'm fly. It's such a crime. Don't pay me no mind. I guess that's fine. I've been cooking something special that you're right.
Tell me about Money.
Money is cool, right? Money is also like, I think money is another like super dope blues topic, like not having enough of it, not, like hitting your goals. And that's what money is about. Money is just like, all right, I'm not there yet. You know what I mean? And like, I deserve it, and I'm just going to like focus and climb. Like, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm going to go there. It's like type of like motivation type song.
If you weren't a musician, what else would you be?
I don't know. Maybe dead. I just think like, not to be dramatic, but I don't know. I'm maybe in fashion. I would probably pursue something in fashion. I really, really love fashion.
Okay, so let's get to know Ophelia now. Quick liners, okay? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay, what's your favorite fruit?
Oh my gosh. Pineapple.
Pineapples are yummy.
They're so good.
What's your favorite cupcake?
Red velvet.
With like frosting and all of that on top?
But only if it's like cream cheese and not too sweet.
What's your favorite type of coffee or tea?
Chai with espresso.
Chai with espresso?
Yeah. They call it a dirty chai. They don't have those in London.
I mean, I guess I don't drink my chais dirty.
You gotta try it then. You might like it. Let's talk after you try it.
Your mood now?
My mood right now, pensive, relaxed. Yeah.
Your favorite host? Ophelia, you're awesome. Is there any mission statement or, life motto that you have that you'd like to tell our lovely audience?
If I could tell you guys anything, it would definitely be like for all the girls out there, particularly young females, it's just like you can do anything and believe in yourself and believe that you are perfect and beautiful. And that's like one thing that I definitely like want to drive like as I go forward in my career, Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Ophelia, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Every time's my birthday, every day is my birthday, but you didn't come through with no type of flowers. If not now, then when? If not you, then who? If it's not how you said it is, what's a bitch supposed to do? Stop breadcrumbing me, you gotta see this through. It's not how you said it is. Every day is just like my birthday. That's my birthday, but you didn't come through with no type of flowers for my birthday. That's my birthday, but you didn't call me until the morning after my birthday.